guests, and callers are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and/or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Yeah. You listen to the sounds of DJ Fourth Quarter in your ear right now. If you're in your car, if you're at home, if you're on your phone, that's right, baby.
Driving home and you feeling kinda tired. Radio play the same thing every day. So you need a little switch in your life. Traffic got you jammed up every night. Tune in to Powerhouse. Wednesday, 7 and 9, you need to check them out. I promise I ain't trying to hype. The one good listen tonight, it might change your life. So what's the name of the show? You need something to just ride to on the go. Or you might be home so log on. You can even dial in on your phone. I promise that you're gonna love it. Just try one time, it'll blow your mind. Now I'ma say it just one more time. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9. Let's gripe. Let's gripe. Let's gripe. Let's gripe. Let's gripe. Let's gripe. Let's gripe.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is December 17th. OMG. So, of course, tonight I'm here with Dr. Ross McKenna, and MG is not available tonight. So we're just going to have our conversation like normal. Hopefully McKenna and MG can chime in through the chat. But tonight we're just going to get in some little different topics. Dr. Ross, because we was kind of rushing last week to kind of get in on air, so we didn't really get to learn as much about you as possible. So is there anything that you would like to share with our Let's Gripe audience, or any gripes that you might have for today, of course?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say top of the night, morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world tuning in. And, it's Let's Gripe, and we're here. And it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. My second time here. And this is a great venture where we want to entertain our culture. Speak our truth and, just engage in whatever discussion there is. But for me personally, I am a person, I think I'm very adventurous, easygoing, just not too fussy. I like the whole entertainment scene, and I think I'm very passionate about my culture and our people as in Black people, and what we want for ourselves. And we're very unique individual, and I love our spirit. I love where we're coming from. We have fought so many battles. So I want to be in the mix, and wherever growth is, then I want to be a part of that. Whatever it takes, or whatever my little input can do to help our community, then I want to be a part of it, definitely. So, not one lecture about me tonight, but as we go along, then you'll definitely learn a lot more about me and what I want to be a part of in the future endeavors. But certainly, the Gripe, the family is where I'm at now, so it's a blessing. And the last week I was told that I need to twang a little bit. So they said, I'm Jamaican roots. My mother tone is power, so it still feel a little bit, even though they say that our main language is the English language, I still find it difficult. But for me, what I would say no, I'll try to express myself in the best way I know how to. All right, so let me see if I can twang a little bit, okay?
Well, see, you're doing it so you don't have to twang, 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 but it's just so they can understand you. Because we have our listeners, and we have from all walks of life, Jamaican, English, American, different. So sometimes, our accent, because a lot of times I'm talking very good, English, especially American, and then they're like, "You have an accent," and I don't hear it, so I know how that comes off. We're thinking that we're talking clearly that anyone could understand this, but sometimes it's not that case. But it's not in a bad way, because we got so many reviews as far as you. They like you. They like you. So that's a good thing. Also, for everyone that is tuning in, please like, share, and subscribe. I am also, a lot of times you see me looking away down, sideways, especially when Dr. Ross or even when McKenna and MG would be speaking, is because I got the phone in the hand and I'm texting the link, because I know sometimes people don't remember. But if you subscribe to the Powerhouse Radio YouTube, every time a program is coming on, Let's Gripe, any of the Powerhouse Radio programs, it will notify you of it if so you can go ahead and tune in. So just let's do that. Subscribe for us, like and share. Also, you can comment. You can definitely comment in the chat on YouTube if you want to even add something that you would like our opinion on or our advice. You could definitely put it in the chat. I remember starting Let's Gripe with the original Let's Gripe family, and I would always be like I'm nervous. And I see that tonight, I guess, because we had a break. So I'm definitely gonna watch the Amen. I think we lost Dr. Ross for a minute, so he got to get back in. So I can't have a one-way conversation at all. So I'm just gonna gripe until he gets back in. One of my gripes last week was definitely about Christmas, how fast Christmas came. Today, my gripe is it's coming even faster than last week. It's just coming in too fast. But again, time doesn't wait on anyone, so we definitely will have to do what we need to do. Stop procrastinating, because the more we procrastinate, the time is still ticking. So the moral to that gripe, again, is that time waits on no one, so we need to just do what we need to do. We have some topics coming in. I want to talk about Cassie from the whole P. Diddy situation. Definitely want to get in tune to where Cassie is being sued by one of the escorts that she allegedly gave STD to and got pregnant by, and had an abortion without consulting with him. So I definitely want to jump into a lot. Dr. Ross, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, awesome. So of course, when you dropped off for a minute, I went into my gripe. So my gripe was basically just saying that it's still the same, that Christmas is coming really fast. And the moral to that is that time is still ticking. So no matter how we're not prepared for Christmas or any other holidays that's coming up, it's going to come, whether we like it or not. So that was my gripe. Do you have a gripe this evening?
Well, definitely. My gripe is, and I think there's so many elements, but I mean, what I just say is that only a fool won't change his or her mind in the face of fresh evidence, and I think that's something we have to instill in ourselves and try to move on, because there's so many things going on, and if you don't take it serious in times like these, you're definitely going to left back, and you're going to miss out on a lot of times. And what I personally see is going on now is that you can't say you have a lot of time, because guess what? It waits on no one, and before you know it, you'll be 100 years old and you're still stuck at one place. So, but in terms of gripe, I think the immigration and what is going on now is what really stuck out to me now. The whole transition and how fast it's going and how many persons are being impacted. So that's it.
All right. So definitely, if you want to jump into that. So of course, Reasoning Thursday, which come on tomorrow with Lady D and her friends, they get into all of that. They get deep down. You know, I chime in on the outside of it through the chat, but we can definitely set a little ground up to basically hear your side on it as far as the immigration. So are you meaning the band that the current administration is putting in, or are you referring to persons trying to either get visas or green card?
Well, I'm not sure if you, because do you want to go straight into it, or you want to further on your Cassie's topic first, the whole thing, and then you get back to this?
The fun topic could come later. we could come back to Cassie. We'll definitely get back to that.
But well, for me, is just the whole structure of immigration and where today's America is, and it's not my competence to speak on this whole immigration aspect, but I've seen where I myself as an immigrant, I've known a lot of persons who are part of that skill. And I'm saying that, yes, we know that the country has to do what it has to do in terms of getting persons regularized and going through the proper channel in what they do. No, I'm not saying that persons should just go across borders and enter illegally. They should overstay and don't go through the process. But I've seen cases where there are exceptions. And for me personally, those cases should be dealt with differently and not just with the same overall pattern of just one big bundle. Because if you are here from, let's say then you're here from you're 2 years old, and that's had to be on your parents, not you, and you're here till you're 40, that's 38 years, that's 30 years. And now you're gonna put you in deportation because of the fact. I think that's an unfair judgment. And looking back, we have seen the tremendous contributions of immigrants, what they have done for this very country. They have toiled, they have broken their backs, they have done so much, they have fought wars for this country. So we can't ignore history. We can't just say, oh, it never happened, it did. And I think the government, the Republicans or the Democrats, they have to do more to preserve those legacies. And I don't know about you, but I don't see this country operating at full capacity or any great level without immigrants. Because definitely, I don't see the Americans are who, not to put down anybody, I don't see them washing toilets or picking fruits on the farm or taking on certain kind of jobs. And those are the jobs that the immigrants, they fulfill. And we see the collapse of even the farming sectors. What happened when these whole immigration ICE thing came in? So I think they should do more.
Well, I definitely agree. I was raised here. I came here when I was 8. So I've pretty much went to school, work, everything here. So I do understand what you're saying. What I believe when it comes to the immigration and the outcry, I think it's both with both parties. And migrating here, I know that my family migrated here and they weren't illegal. But they came here to get a better life, and they did go through the proper procedures to become legal. Okay? I understand on both sides where people are coming in legal. But I think the reason why the whole immigration system has really taken a turn, because of, especially at the border, because you have immigrants that come from all over, Jamaica, Haiti, Colombia, Honduras, Mexico, etc. They come from all over at that border. It's not just one set of people. But then in that mix of all the immigrants that is trying to come to the land of the free, the home of the brave, is that you have the ones who are in crime, that comes and smuggle drugs and anything that they can smuggle that is not legal. So then it caused a lot of problems. Because the things that we're hearing about now, even in my 20s, I didn't hear that. It wasn't so much immigrants was doing this. So the whole illegal activity that has occurred from illegal immigrants coming to America through the border, it costs so many things. Then, of course, you look at the finance part. Yes, not the blacks, but certain immigrants, they were able to get food stamps, Medicaid, housing, etc. The black immigrants didn't get that. But because we're all in one bubble, immigrants, illegals coming through the border, coming however they come, we're still in that one bubble. So it gives the legal immigrants bad names, number one, because don't let one of them unalive someone, because if they unalive the person, then that's also a stain on people coming to America illegal. So I believe that they're trying to remedy the problem, fix the problem, but they're going at it the wrong way. Definitely the way this administration is doing it is totally horrible, because I believe that if they were to do it the right way, but the promise was with this administration was, we're going to deport the criminals. The criminals are not working in the farm. They're busy doing illegal activities, gangs, drugs, whatever. But the ones who are trying to get a way to become legal, taking care of their family, helping America out, this administration did a total reverse on what they said. We're going to deport. We're going to get the criminals out of the United States. But that's not what's happening. Anyone that is illegal or even in the process, going through the process of getting their legal status, they are being deported. And the way they are being deported, they're acting like every one of them are criminals. And I totally disagree with that. So if they did it in sectors, okay, what state have the most problem or the most issues with gang activities, criminal activities? I could see they focusing on that. The ones that are in jail, I could see they focusing on that. Like as far as drugs, what is the other one? Criminal activities. I could see they taking those initiatives and deporting them. But they're deporting the hardworking one in the farm, on the farms, in the warehouse, even in the nursing home, who is cleaning the toilets, even CNAs that are taking care of elderly patients, patients that are handicapped, cannot help themselves. They are deporting all of them. So now they're doing this, and the way this administration is doing it, guess what? There's no one that is able or willing to do these particular jobs. So that's my take on it. It became too much, and this one administration was like, just get rid of everyone.
But I'm sure the government, I understand what they're doing and it's due process. But then again, it will affect the economy, because the minority or the immigrants they contribute billions to the economy. So you find that the food crisis and cost of living I mean, continues to goes up because of those shortfalls. So if the administration doesn't improvise or do what they need to do, I mean, a lot of the sectors are going to be impacted badly by this crisis, especially, I mean, farming, the hotels, and I mean, those areas are going to heavily impacted. So I think they have to know, and then not even that. I see the president, he has wheeled back on some of his things. He said he was going to ease restrictions on restaurant workers and the farms and certain areas, because I guess some of the bigger heads who were even pushing for mass deportation, their business have now been impacted to a certain level. So I guess now they're feeling the pinch themselves. I understand. I hear mega fans who had farms back in Texas doing mega farming. They don't have anybody to do their crops or do their field. So it has impacted them also. I guess maybe they never thought it would have impacted, or they feel that the normal Americans would have taken up those positions. So
Because they believe the word of that new administration saying we're only going to deport the criminals and we're going to find ways to help the undocumented get documented. So billionaires. But see what I say to everyone, the way it's happening, it has to happen that way. It has to affect the rich first before someone say, hey, enough is enough. Because if it affects the minorities, nothing will ever be said or done. So it had to go this way because at the end of the day, guess who has the last word? The man above. So it has to affect those businesses. They're reporting loss from October. We don't know how December is going to go because it's the holiday. I didn't do too much shopping, but if it could just keep affecting them, you really can't bring the ones back that you already sent home because that's going to be a different process. So it's like who you have here now. For even me, for me to go work in a nursing home, you would have to pay me good money. So you're not going to pay me $50. I'm not going to do it for $15. But an immigrant would. Then you have some people like, I'm not going to clean the toilet. I'm not going to pick any onions. So yeah, they're going to be in crisis. But sometimes this has to happen in order for the change to be made and for them to realize they kept on saying it over the years. Immigrants is who built the White House. But at the same time, he still ran on that, getting mass deportation, getting rid of the criminals, but he's getting rid of anyone that is undocumented. Then on top of that, let's not stop there since we're talking about that. Then on top of that, now he is banning so many of these countries. So again,
just
the immigration part is just a little tad bit. I just think it's a whole prejudice thing. That's just my opinion.
And when they look when you look on the list of countries that have been banned, because I mean originally it was 20 recently, and then they add another 19 country to it. So it's currently now 39 countries that are on those travel ban lists, and some of them are total cut off. So in terms of, even if you're in the state, you're a citizen, and you're married to someone in one of those countries, the process has paused. It cannot go through. If you can't file for anybody, you cannot get visas. You cannot do anything. So that is what the level of what it. And what I notice in the trend is that most of those countries are African countries, and even some Caribbean countries have been impacted by those rules.
Oh yeah.
So now we are like, where is it going? And it is very bad. And one of the questions I would like to ask is that can US survive on their own? Can they survive on their own without the other countries? Can they? That's something that I would really love to ask.
Well, just from the history that I know, America owes a lot of money.
So I
Excuse me.
don't know. I'm not sure what's the motive. Yes, they're a superpower and they want to remain on certain level. And you see, from a taller time, if we should go back a little bit in history, even when I think it was World War I or II, don't quote me on that. Where what happened is that when Hitler was destroying Europe and all of those things, just to go back a little bit in history. So they had invaded other countries and they were doing their thing in Europe inside. I mean, Europe was totally destroyed. So I guess US was another country who had a very strong military. They weren't impacted by the war, and so they were still strong. Their economy was the best after that period, and they had a lot of things. So what the president did in those times, said, listen, bring your goals and whatever precious, whatever you have, that we can safeguard them for you. So that is when the US dollar become the central currency, or the main trading currency. So basically the dollar was particularly the same. I think it was same as the gold. So they were doing that for a period of time. But what the other countries realized over time was that the US was doing some kind of monopoly, because they were taking the golds and they were using the dollar. But they find out that their economy was being destroyed, because guess what? They were using the dollar, which they could have print. They can print the amount of dollars against the gold and the precious diamond and those things. So they realized that they were losing. So most of those countries were taking back their assets because they realized the value of the dollar wasn't keeping up. So that was when the president decided that, listen, the dollar would no longer be equal to the value of the gold, and that is where the whole anki panky started with US and the currency. So they're the main trading currency for the world. And so over time, instead of using it for the greater good, it has come against a lot of countries. So once you're not doing what they want, or this whole bad thing, they will put you under sanctions and use the dollar against it. And I think that is very unfair.
Well, I visited Cayman Island this summer, and while we were there, we were at a party, and they were, you know how the DJs is like, if you have Canadian dollars, if you have English pound, not one time did they mention the US dollars. And I remember years, over 10 years ago, I remember, like, if you had US dollars, you were on top, you were doing something, you had it. So to hear them not mention the US currency was like, wow. And that's how much the currency has depleted still. As far as Jamaica is concerned, it's going up, but it's going up. So it should have been more than that by now, but it's not. So again, that whole spectrum of why they're doing what they're doing, why the dollars are losing, the currency is not going up as cost of limit. That's something that is a whole bigger side of it, I believe. I don't get too much in it because I learned to accept the things that I cannot change. And I kind of focus on the things that I can. So I know if I'm going to go to Jamaica, I know I need a lot of money to spend when I go there, because things are either expensive or the dollar is not that great. The US currency in Cayman Island is like, it's nothing. It's nothing. So that's when I discovered, like, wow. So again, behind the whole scene of what's going on behind, we'll never know. We'll never know. But as far as the food prices, yes, it's ridiculous. But the administration would say that this economy is great, it's doing good. It's not.
And that's one of the thing. I mean, I'm in that industry now, doing what I do, and I've seen persons come in daily, hundreds of people, and everybody has the same story. It is very expensive. They can't afford food, and when it reaches a point when persons cannot afford the basic necessities of life, then it is very dangerous. It is a cause for concern. I've seen persons that literally had to choose. They're in the supermarket and they literally had to choose on what to take up and what not to take up. It has to be like that. So it seems like the
Well,
government
I'm doing that lately. Because I was one, I would go in the store if I want this and I want that and I want this, I'll put it in my buggy and I go. Now when I pick up before I get to the register, I'm like, okay, process of elimination. Yeah, I really don't need this. Yeah, I know it's on sale, but I'm just gonna get one because I'm usually the person that's buying 2 or 3 because it's on sale. Now I'm like, okay, I just need one. Okay. I came in here for this particular, I'm not gonna get that. So I think everyone, even the rich, I believe it, even the rich are like, okay, you know what? I don't think we should be paying $5,000 a month just to get the dogs walk. Maybe Sarah should walk the dog. She's 14. She can walk the dog in a big backyard. I think everyone is probably going through that now. I've told people that if it's not necessary, don't get it. No one should be looking to buy a car right now. No one should be looking to buy a house right now. Just for the simple fact, because everything is high. We don't know what tomorrow brings. Of course, before these time, we didn't know what tomorrow brings. But at this point in time, jobs are cutting hours. They're cutting back on their employees. Businesses are going out of business. So there's so many things that is different than before. So the only thing that I can say is that we can't splurge as we used to, I would say.
definitely have to keep the reserve in the tank. We really have to do that. And so many persons are searching. They want to maximize, and I've seen an article with a young lady, a clip rather. She was saying that she's frustrated because she's working 40. She only gets 40 hours per week, and her rent is $1,600. She doesn't know how to get by, and I'm saying that it's crazy because if they only give you, if you're only able to do 40 hours for the week and you're rounding off at $2,000 per month, but then housing, you probably have 2 kids or you maybe have a child, and then housing is at a certain level, and that doesn't seem to be going down. I think when I do some research, I think over the last, well, you know more about that than me, the housing crisis. I think over the last probably 5 years, the cost probably doubled. What you could get for A, you couldn't get it for B now. So that's
Right. And also even the ounces. The ounces has definitely changed. I remember when you'll get a gallon of ice cream for $1.99 on sale. Regular price when it's not on sale, maybe $3.99. So now going to the grocery store and seeing that it's $7.99 when it's not on sale, and when it's $5, you're like, oh, it's on sale, and you buy it. But 5 years ago, I wouldn't have paid $5 for it. So it's amazing how the mind and the time changes works. Because 5 years ago, I wouldn't buy ice cream for $5. But now when I see it for $5 is on sale, I'm like, oh, let me get 2.
true.
So there is so many things that we can compare. Even when it comes to laundry detergent. Again, that was always a costly item, but now it's that pretty much double. And I remember the size. The size is like $6, like for this. But now you'll get it for like $6.49, but it's this.
So
So it
the
looks like it
side,
only went up 49 cents, but you're not paying attention to the ounce.
trust me, the ounce has been reduced, and it is something that sometimes in what this company does, they repackage and they rebrand and they use things to decolor or whatever to distract you from the real purposes. But let me ask you this. So going forward, what do you see changes in? Do you think with the administration it will make a lot of difference in terms of cost of living overall?
This administration, it is a Republican administration. You won't see it.
No, that's why I said if changes happen, you think you'll see
Change is going to happen in 3 years from now. It's not going to happen. See, what happens is right now, this administration, they're more about money. So until the billionaires start to file bankruptcy, then we go into a recession. Then once we really start going into recession, because the houses are going to go into foreclosures, we're going to have more houses in foreclosures and we don't have anyone to buy them. They're already working on trying to subsidize the rents because rent has went up about 40% in the last, 2-3 years. So there's nothing that is going to stabilize the economy until there is a recession, or a recession where everything, businesses close, so many houses in foreclosure, banks starts to close. When those things start happening, then everything becomes like property has no value. Car dealers are ancient. There's just a lot that goes behind it. So until you start see bank failing, that's when you see that. Then so you say, okay, yes, we're going into a recession. Until then, you're going to see businesses close. And even right now, like CVS, they have closed so many CVS pharmacies. Right now, I had one maybe about 2.5 miles from me. Now they closed that. The closest one to me is about 7-8 miles. So it's just, there's going to be a lot of disruption. But in this case, it's starting at the top. The billionaires.
Well, let's see, because the wealth disparity is crazy though. It's crazy. The 1%, they have all this stuff going on, and then persons at the bottom, the stealing crap. So it's crazy. It has to be a balance somewhere.
Yeah, the balance is not going to come until it shifts. Till it shifts on the billionaires. These ones, every so miles, you see that they're building new apartments. What's the difference with apartments? There was less apartments in Georgia, in Florida, in the South. You're seeing more apartments go up. Why? What's that? Why is that? Because people are going to be losing their homes. So they're only going to be able to rent. So a lot of that, I've since 2020, since COVID, I've been telling people, don't buy no house. Do not buy any house. Even though the banks are giving you these loans, it's not a good time to buy houses. So anyone that bought house technically between 2020 and 2024, they're going to be in some problems. Because the fact is that a lot of people bought houses. They're like, oh, you can refinance in 6 months to a year. You can get a better loan. You know, you can take money out. But guess what? You have maxed out your credit card. So now your debt ratio is very high. So you can't refinance. So now you have all these credit card debts, or you have these other bills. So you got to choose who you're going to pay. So it gets overwhelmed. Some people just walk away from the house. So that house is now in the market. So there's just so much behind the scene when it comes to this administration and everything that's happening, the most thing that we can actually do right now is just hope for the best. But we're not going to drag along with that, because guess what? Us Black folks, we know how to live. See, we can eat chicken all day long. For the ones who like caviar and they like their extra large lobster tail, they're the ones who's going to feel it more. You know, we'll eat chicken all day long. Chicken leg, chicken wing, chicken breast, chicken thigh. You know, as Jamaica, we'll eat the chicken back, chicken neck.
Yeah, we'll put it in different styles, with curry, brown,
Different style, exactly.
Barrel jerk.
But I wanted to touch on Cassie with the P. Diddy incident. So now her, the escort that she had hired on the direction of P. Diddy, is now suing her.
Yeah, that's Clayton Howard.
I thought that he playing checkers. She was playing check the whole time. Checkers. He's playing check. He's playing chess, and she played checkers because she testified. So she admitted all of these on the stand, so they can use that in that lawsuit.
True, because one of the thing what I don't understand is that Mr. Howard is saying that all along within the initial trial, he wanted to be a part of it, and they said the prosecutor, someone has kept him away from it and saying that gave him some bullshit story as to why he couldn't be a part of it. But he said he wanted to be a part of it. But what I think, if they had allowed him to testify, it would have made Cassie's case weaker, because he is not going he's not just going against the bad boy entertainment, which is Diddy. He's also going against Cassie, because we have seen where he said in the lawsuit that she has done an abortion for him, and he had also contracted STDs. So he want some kind of compensation or whatever from those things. So if he had testified, it would have looked different. It would have looked different on Cassie's side. So I think that's the main reason why they kept him out of the trial, and so it wouldn't be a distraction, and they could focus on getting the whole books that did it. You understand? So I think that's the main reason why they did that. So it's
and I think it's fair game. She has the money, so hey, how about settle it?
I think if they're smart, if she's smart, she probably would settle. However, if she chooses to do so, it will also paint a picture on her.
Her picture is already painted. We
knew that, but it's just public opinion. In our opinion, we know that. Listen, she was a part of it, because I would never thought she was totally innocent of whatever. But then she would be some kind of accessories, and then maybe I think
more persons will come out and sue her, and that would be great for her.
But if that's the case, then maybe probably would do some justice for Diddy also in his time.
I mean, it's so when it comes to the trial, I just wish McKenna and MG was here, because I said it day one. He settled the case in 24 hours, not because he did anything wrong per se, but it's because he didn't want anyone in his business. He was convicted because I believe he was convicted because of the domestic violence.
True.
But she admitted on the stand. She called him. She told him what to do. She paid him. So she. They asked her, why didn't you leave? She didn't want to leave. She wanted that lifestyle. She wanted that money. She thought about being with another rapper. She admitted these things. So it would be good to settle. If it goes to trial, he will win. And other persons who she has contacted, who probably have not came out in the previous case with P. Diddy, might come out and also seek a lawsuit.
But the thing is, even Diddy and his part, I honestly don't know how he's gonna manage. I think he's gonna be tormented for the rest of his days because guess what? When he comes out, there are gonna be so many civil suits against him. There are gonna be tons. Everybody and their mama is coming to get what's there. So I don't think persons really care about reputation or what is gonna happen. They just need some money. I mean, the time is hard. America is here, and it's listen. At one point, we could say make shame great again. I mean, no one has a reputation. Nobody cares about nothing. So they'll just come give their stories, and if they can get something out of pocket, then they want that.
So he has been winning some lawsuits because there have been lawsuits. There have lawsuits that are filed. There are some that has been dismissed. There are some that he's won. Also, while he's locked up, he's still making money.
I mean, because
he's making money as we speak because his children, there are still things that he does. He's gonna be okay. The only thing he's just gonna be like, yeah, you guys know that I'm a freak, because everyone do not want everyone to know that what they do behind closed doors. So the humiliation part has passed. Okay, so I go both ways. I like baby oil. I put a little something in to make me be freakier. Okay. We're not gonna look at that too much, but at the end of the day, some of those lawsuits are going to be dismissed. Some is going to be thrown out. Some is going to be lost. Some is going to win. But he produced too many music for him to go broke. The bottom line is they just tried to put him away forever. But the case that they had against him couldn't do that. Now, what it is when he comes home, that's when he needs to keep his nose clear. And those freak off parties no longer need to exist. Now, if he got about 6 of them that still wants to hang out, well, that's fine. I look at his situation as you're Jamaican. You remember when your parents used to tell you don't bring everybody to your house?
True.
You remember that it's not everything you do, everybody's supposed to know? Like those things, he just brought too many people in it. I mean, I think he started small and it just got big, and then that's when.
But it was basically in Hollywood. It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing from the bigger boys' days, that they're Jewish. They'll never bring anything against them because we know with that industry what the Jewish holds a lot to that. However, it's unfortunate that the Black celebrities, they're the ones who usually get the boots. They're the ones who get the beat down. And then the Blacks are the ones who help beat them down. Because we've seen many cases. Harvey Weinstein, we've seen even this Epstein. But you would never see anyone make any documentary. They don't even speak on it. But once you say a Black person did something, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So my question is, Dr. Ross, let's go here. Let's do this. Why? Why do Black people tend to bring each other down? Why they're not giving grace? Oh, Keith said he won't change. He's too far gone. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's going to change. He's just not going to. It's not going to be that full party that he used to do. He probably going to have his little 6 or 8 minions that's still going to participate. I don't think it's going to be a big thing like he had it before. I just think he's going to just limit who comes in his space now. That's what I believe.
I mean, definitely for sure. And I mean, even the whistleblower.
You read that.
Oh, he's the booty bandit. I mean, I guess he loves that. But funny enough, it was just I think what happened you see him, his own inside source, Cassie, who kind of let it out. I think he wanted to move on. I guess he had enough of Cassie. He wanted new meat, and I think she wasn't getting the financial support or the gift that she used to be used to getting. So I think those are the reasons why she come forth. So things has changed, and you realize that the man was going after young Miami. He had 50 Cent girls, baby mama. So I think jealousy has a lot to do with it. So she
So
was
let
no
me tell
longer
you.
she was no
So
longer
let
the
me
main
tell you.
focus.
So let
So
me tell you
that's
what.
kind of
Let me look like I was there. You know, I think I was there in spirit. So let me tell you what. Um, yes, she thought. You know, she thought he was still in love with his the twins' mother. Number one. Number two, he was definitely violent, domestic violence. He was emotional and a physical abuser. So a lot of times that will want you to leave a relationship. But because of the person that he has money, he has fame, he has all these people, is respected in that industry. When she left, her and her husband, the husband was a dancer too. He participated in that as well. But when they left that community, let's call it that community, what happens is she was Diddy's ex. No one is gonna work with her. She's blackballed from the industry. No one wants to touch. They're not touching that with a long pole. So her and her husband couldn't get it. They couldn't pursue their singing. He was a dancer. His dancing career. No one will work with them at this point because they know her association with, and in that community, they know what she was doing too, right? So they wasn't gonna go there with none of them. So guess what? Now there's no money. They don't want to go get a degree and be a doctor, a lawyer, or work in the factory or work at McDonald's. They didn't want to do that. So because they didn't want to do that, then that's what kind of happened to lead them on the spree. We need money. So
it was the money
hey,
grab.
how I can get this money? Let me go to an attorney. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay. You willing to do this? Because this is gonna do this. It's gonna bring out a whole lot of stuff. You might, the state might make a case out of it. Are you willing to go through this? Yes. But I guarantee if it was a person, a black female that did that, that case would have never happened with P. Diddy.
Keith, you're so right. Keith says that he didn't know how to handle real power and he was too arrogant and ignorant. I mean, that is so true. And I mean, the man is untouchable for decades. He's this big personality, larger than life. And so he felt that, listen, he go up against Diageo with the liquor business and he sued them, he won that. So he basically was untouchable. And I think based on the persons that he had entanglement with, in the circle within the industry, some powerful people, then he figured that he was safe, and they said that he had a lot of tapes everywhere. So I think he has a lot of things, a lot of ish and other persons, so he think that he was safe in a sense. But then apparently it doesn't work that way, because in the end he's the one that goes down, and all his associates they stand clear and they disassociate themselves with it. We saw some of the tips of the parties. We saw who was there: the Jay-Z's, the Beyonce, the pastors, those Steve Harvey, the big players in the game. They're all a part of the lifestyle. And no one comes forward to support him. So that's just a harsh reality. So as you said before, he has enough. He has enough resource, can take care of him and his family. He'll never be broke. Maybe he'll never be a billionaire again, but he'll never be broke.
I think he's still there. There's just too many. He's done so many things. He has produced. He's done so many. So he's gonna always have royalty coming in. At this point, what he would need to do is pretty much get any kind of help. If he has a sex addiction, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, he just needs to get that taken care of. handle that and do some good. Do some good in this world.
I don't think I think he'll be too depressed to live a normal life. So I think, as I said, if he wants to I think it will be too much on him from where he's coming from to go live a normal life, get a one woman, settle down, and be all of that. Now that is in where he is now, he's saying that that's the life he wanted. So he probably think, oh, I'm gonna get a girl, get married, and whatever. No one will ever trust you like that.
Someone is going
No.
to marry him.
No, they will marry him for financial whatever reason.
And that's all right. And they were bringing other people in that relationship. I mean, we have the swinger clubs right here. So he's gonna always be able to get his fetish. He like he said, he likes the yes, he likes it the back way. He likes giving it back ways and taking it backwards. So he's gonna always there's no one is gonna shy from that, regardless money or not, because there's people in that lifestyle. The thing that like you said, he's not gonna have the power. He's not gonna have the power that he normally had. The respect thing is pretty much gone. But there are still people who are going to respect him, you know. So that's what we're gonna have to look into to see when he's released how his life comes. Hey, Beline, thank you so much. We're just trying to get to the bottom of it. But of course, we before we leave, we have to send our condolences to the Reiners family, Rob and Michelle Reiners. It's unfortunate that they lost their life tragically by their own son. Parents, we have to stop enabling our children. A lot of times we don't know exactly what happened, what caused the son to do it. They're saying that he was on drugs, etc., etc. He did a movie a few years ago with telling a story about his son's journey with drugs. But there's probably more to it. But for anyone to take their parents' life, there's so much more than drugs.
Yeah, definitely. It's not psychologically. It's a psychological. It's a mental aspect. It's not normal. So because the bond with parents, regardless of the circumstances, there has to be some underlying causes or some evil force behind those scenarios. So definitely condolences to the family and that young man.
And to the definitely to the industry, because he was a known person, and just to hear, you know, he had a dinner party the night before, and then, you know, they were brutally killed. It's unfortunate. More will come out regarding the story, but parents, we got to stop enabling our children. We have to stop enabling the children. Some people think holding their hands, spoiling them, being their best friend is the answer. It's not. Because that one time you tell them no, and that's what's been happening lately. When you tell them no, majority of some of the things that we hear, the children are taking their lives. So we got to stop enabling these children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews. I told my niece, I said, I know I spoiled you. I said, but I said, I know I spoil you, but I'm not creating a brat. And I told her that I was going to stop spoiling her. He said they were living too long and he needed what the parents had. Oh, there you go.
And funny enough, it might seem that what my brother was texting or the text that just came in, a lot of times parents, I don't think the parents should let the kids know what they have in store for them, because it plays on their mind. Or when we pass, you're going to get the house, you're going to get the cars, we have $10 million in this trust or whatever, it's all yours. And you're 80 and you're not dying. And they need it right now for whatever reason. God knows they need it. And they will do whatever it takes. In their mind, they're saying, listen, if we get rid of mom and dad, then we can have it all. The estate is ours. And would you
I
rather
didn't look
have
at it that way. I did. Thank you, Keith. I didn't look at it that way.
So Keith has a really good point. And we have seen it. I mean, history has repeated itself many times. So they need it. They say, listen, if we only get rid of them, then we'll have it all. And then guess what? A lot of those kids are some spoiled brat regardless. They're spoiled.
Karen says they enabled him, never gave him a chance to fall. Yeah.
And they tell you he said, easy time. Listen, they said if the child, if they have it, if the offspring have it easy, then they'll create hard times because they just don't know how to do it themselves. And they have nannies, they don't wash dishes, they don't do nothing. They have all these things that you give to them as parents, and they don't know how to do it for themselves. So it's difficult for them to even go there. And I think in a lot of those cases, some of those parents, rich people, filthy rich, they don't want their kids to go out. They say, listen, we have it all, we'll take care of you. And I think it's very dangerous.
It is. And it's unfortunate because now the parents are gone and there's other siblings, and then he has to be behind bars for the rest of his life. You took two of your parents. Like, it's unfortunate.
I don't know the cases or whatever, but guess what? He will never enjoy any of it also.
Any of that inheritance that he was going to get. Again, how do we prevent this from happening in the future? How can we? And I think that's one of the topics that we could look for. Next week is Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas is what, Thursday?
Thursday.
Wow. It's my birthday. Well, anyways, we be on Wednesday, so definitely for sure.
So we can definitely celebrate. We have to celebrate Dr. Ross' birthday. So we have to. So let's see what Powerhouse Radio is doing on Wednesday, because a lot of people is going to be getting last minute stuff together, cooking, traveling. So we definitely going to see what's going on, but definitely we'll be here. Maybe it's just me and Dr. Ross. We'll see if the rest of the crew is available. But if not, at least you have two of us that we could come in and chop it up, because we like chopping it up. Remember, you can also send us email at letsgripe@gmail.com. Yeah, questions, even like topics. Even if there's something that you saw and you want to address, but you know what? Before we go, the Powerhouse, give me 2 more minutes. I want to check something. So this is for the Jamaican massives. This clash with Tommy Lee and Massacre. What's up? What's up?
Listen, I've been following it, and listen, the clash is no longer about, it started out with Massacre and Tommy Lee going blow for blow, but it's an all-out, it has escalated.
It's escalated, bringing them other people. But let me ask you a question though. Who you think won? Because I'm crocodile. I'm for the crocodile.
To be honest, it depends on how you actually look at it. Because Tommy Lee has his own personality, he has his own style, and if you don't have a keen ears, then you might not get what he's saying. But for me, in terms of delivery and production, I definitely give it to Massacre. So in terms of the whole delivery, clarity, Massacre has that over Tommy Lee. Definitely. So for me,
so who do you think is the best artist?
I am giving Massacre the edge so far. That's just my personal opinion. But
yeah, Massacre, I like his style. Tommy Lee has his own style, but when it comes to lyrical, you got to give it to Massacre. But then you have Jaheim, that what's his name? Joshi. Now I was like, okay, I never heard of you. They're younger artists, but now I'm like, okay, you ain't really afraid of no one. I was like, wow, okay.
But then it's not only Joshi. You have our local artist, Devin the Doctor. He's a part of it. Now you have this guy Black
John
Rhino from the
Starr.
Garza. Black Rhino is a part of it also. It's a key. Tommy take it. And you have Dever Brat, who a former Portmore Empire associate to Cartel. He's now going against them. And you have Sean Storm now. He did this song that everyone is criticizing. It seems like it is taking the Christmas.
And it's blowing up.
So it doesn't make any
Listen,
sense.
Keith, I'm gonna battle you on that. Not Tommy Lee. No, not Tommy Lee. and then Bounty Killer came out and says, Bounty Killer said he's from Massacre. Massacre is his artist. He was like, so they start, the Gaza clan, they start jumping on Bounty. They was like, this man rich. He was rich before, he's richer now, and this is a big war. It's all right. Okay, keep saying what? He said all around Tommy, okay.
Trust me, I give Tommy Lee probably two of the songs that, trust me, he really top it off. But in terms of consistency and longevity, I'm going to Massacre in that sense. And we've seen in the numbers, in terms of streams, the numbers they're going in favor of Massacre. So definitely, it's a good look for him in that sense.
And what I did, I was listening to my friend and I. We were going through it, so I've been getting school on these new artists, and he was saying that you listen to the words, because some of the words Massacre was saying, your daughter gets shot, and then you never defended, and then Tommy comes back. He was like, she not get shot, she get grazed. But the guy who do it, and disappear like poof. So, but here I go. I'm saying that they also telling on themselves too. Blossom, thank you. We're back. Thank you for tuning in. So I think a lot of it is that they're having fun with it, getting the reggae scene heated, and but I think they're telling on themselves. What? The powerhouse, the Massacre, the demon. Tommy Lee and the demon.
But you see, for me, musically, if it's just musically, I want it to be there. If it's going to be escalate to anything other than that, then I think they should stop. But just keep it.
Yeah, it should just be music. If it could just be music, then it's fun. But then when you start to go into really to want to take it outside of that, then that's just foolishness. Because the war, people are gonna listen to your music, they're gonna look at the video, and they're gonna follow it, and then you both guys are gonna make money. So okay, she said Sting 2025. Well, let's see. I don't think they're gonna be there at the same time.
Because I don't know. I probably need to go and check that out if Sting is going to be held this year, or if Cartel show is gonna I'm not sure if Cartel is gonna do his show, because it was the 31st of December last year. So
he was planning to do another show in Jamaica this year.
Initially they said that they want to do it as a continuous thing, a yearly thing. So I haven't seen or heard anything as in they want, and maybe it was because of the hurricane. It had set back a lot of things. So you know how that goes. But normally this time of the year is very festive musically because of Sting, and persons want to do a lyrical battle. So let's see how that works. But it's good for the culture. It's picked up. Recently I'm not hearing, since Vibes Cartel has been out, I haven't been hearing a lot of Afrobeat. Before, that was what was running the place. But reggae and dancehall has been up on a level, so we have to give thanks for that.
Yeah, so, I definitely, like, if we wanted to call the artists of the year for 2025, I would definitely give it to Cynthia, and definitely Vibes Cartel.
Okay, male and female.
Yeah, as far as a male and a female is for the year. Anything the power say, I saw it go. Okay. Cartel need to go sit down and make clash them time. Everybody I try get Cartel tonight, but And somebody I tell him don't forget, don't forget me night. It says, shout out to you all. I'm working and listening to my Jamaican family. Love the accent. Cheers. Hey, Kim, darling.
Kim,
But
Kim, Wagwan, Kim, you're good. We're there, them so my accent too thick, so I'm trying a little bit.
So, Kim, when you say burn it on, wait a second, bring it on.
But definitely.
Well, let's see. We're gonna find out. We're gonna follow up and see if Stinger go on this year, because then we really have to see how it go. But you know what? It's nice for the culture if they could just keep it strictly musical, lyrically wise, we'll be good. If they take it out of side of that, then that's a problem for me. But you said being in Mon, okay. But you know what? Why Beanie? Beanie was my guy. But I don't like Beanie no more.
Listen, let me tell you, this whole King thing, everyone is writing the script to fit their own narrative. And when you think about it, Cartel basically never really clashed Beanie Man to get the crown. They were saying that the people gave the crown to Cartel. That's what they're saying. So now, if Cartel doesn't clash Massacre and the people want to give the crown to Massacre, then fair game. And if
I don't think they're gonna take that crown from Vybz Kartel.
The level that Vybz Kartel is now, he don't need to respond to Massacre, who is actively calling his name. And I'm saying that you have to respond, and if you don't respond, what does it mean? And if you think that Kartel is a changed person and he doesn't want to be a part of a certain life in terms of certain musical trajectory, he wants to be more positive and he doesn't want to be a part of that life, then you just have to leave the crown to persons who are in that life. Because if you're not active with dancehall, you're not into clashing, you don't want to go ranchy, you don't want to do music about guns or violence, wherever it lies, you have to give it up to the guys who are part of that life. So if you're at a certain level and you're no longer want to be a part of that, then you have to leave.
Cartel a Snow Bunny. You see? Listen.
Listen, Black Queen forever, Snow Bunny never.
I like that saying, but you know, if I respect him because he's lyrical, he can make music just quick. I respect him for that. But every time I see him and the Snow Bunny, I always think about when he was coming up. When he was just finding his way and when he didn't have the money, who was there? It was a Black Queen. No, the Black Queen. You understand? You leave the Black Queen for the Snow Bunny. So now the Snow Bunny is weeping everything. That kind of hurt my feelings. But then he came on one day on live and he says he takes care of all of them. But yeah, you take care of all of them, but they still not getting what Snow Bunny is getting. But you know what? I also realized there's politics too with him. He wouldn't have came out of jail if that white woman wasn't around him.
We don't honestly. What happened behind the scene? I am of the view, my own personal opinion. Some deal has been done under the table, but we are not privy to the information.
Right, we're not privy to it, but it has something to do with her. That's why he's home, and I believe that's why. Because I remember when he gave her birthday shout out. He said she is there for a reason. And if anybody read between the lines, if he was with Shorty, he probably wouldn't have gotten a chance. So I believe she is particularly a part of why he came home. But I just don't like when the Black Queen is always there when you're coming up through your struggles and everywhere. And then when you make it, when you're there, you're going to the other side.
It has happened to all our major players, all our main figures. If you go back to history, from Tiger Woods to the Michael Jordan, the Pippen, the Magic,
O.J. Simpson.
So it seems that, and listen, God forbid, is just the wealth transfer. So once they pass, the wealth goes to the backer. Because the wife is look at Kobe, at Kobe's. His parents, they're suffering. That's from what you've seen. And the wife and the wealth will goes on that side.
It's so sad. It's so sad. It is the saddest thing ever. It's so sad. So sad. That story right there, that one, we have to come back with that one. That is so sad.
Definitely. And that's at some topics we need to get in, definitely, as it goes on. And definitely I have some people of my own, definitely. Oh yeah, allegedly. We want to in up some, probably we could have a little segment. We want to get some upcoming entertainer artists to, join in for a 5 minute showcase their talent. That's something I've thought about,
Yeah, we've originally started, we used to do that when we was in the studio. We would have them send their tapes over and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. We used to do that in the beginning. So you heard Lady D, the CEO of the Powerhouse Radio. You heard her tell me that I got to come in the studio. I'm going to get back in the studio. Once I'm 100% with my knees, I'm definitely going to go in the studio so I can definitely be there, and we can do more now, So I appreciate her, pulling us up. We can do it virtual from home, but we get a better. We can do more when we're in the studio. So if I go in the studio and when we come live, we can even take 2-minute breaks here and there. And then definitely there's a lot of changes coming, and we do want to start pushing, promoting to get sponsors. So, by sponsoring their businesses, we can take, like a 60-second break to advertise businesses, artists, etc. So we're definitely looking to do more in 2026, and definitely start bringing the Powerhouse Radio brand to the forefront for 2026. That you might see us as Sting 2026. Who knows? I have big dreams. I don't just look at the little peanuts. I look at the big picture.
Doing some interviews and getting the views. Yeah, we definitely, doing all of that.
Doing all of that. Look, right. Having Barris before he completely retired come and sit down beside, Miss Lady D on the Lady D show, because she gets a lot of celebrities for her show on Saturday when it comes to the music industry. So she has that on the lock. Did I just disappear? I did, didn't I?
You did disappear. So, the Powerhouse Radio, our mother tongue, we give thanks for the opportunity just to be here. And, Let's Gripe definitely is a big thing. So we want everybody tune in, stay locked in. And do remember to send in your input, whatever questions you have, whatever topic. That's something we want to work on. And the good thing about it, it's only get better. And definitely for sure. We're going to rock. We're going to keep it going. So, Merry Christmas. We want everybody to enjoy the holiday season. No, the Queen is back. Welcome back.
I just don't know what happened. I apologize. But see, that's what I'm talking about. See, our crew, because if it was McKenna or MG, they'll hold it. And see, Dr. Ross, you just see how you just held it out. You saw that I was gone. He was like, oh, hold on a minute. Let me go and take over. Let me do what I'm supposed to do. That's what we're talking about. Again, it's all love. We love being here, chatting up with you. Dr. Ross, I'm so glad that you decided to come and join and hang out with the Powerhouse Radio family. Keith, thank you so much for joining and being engaged with the conversation. It gave us more interaction. So thank you so much. Thank you to all our listeners. Thank you for everyone that has commented on our topics, the conversation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Tomorrow is Thursday. We got Lady D and friends. They're going to chop it up. You know how it go. I'll be over there in the chat tomorrow. So again, the Powerhouse Radio, thank you so much for always supporting and always looking out for Let's Gripe. We definitely appreciate you. We're going to be back next Wednesday, so we can sing happy birthday to Dr. Ross. His birthday is on Christmas. We're definitely not going to be here for Christmas. So we definitely want to tell all of our listeners to be safe. while you're shopping. Just be mindful. Just pay attention. Look around your surrounding, please. Let's look around your surrounding. Make sure that you're not being followed from the store, from the bank, etc. Just be safe. Have a safe holiday. This weekend is going to be hectic shopping. Don't shop too much. Put some in the bank. But again, thank you so much for staying with us. Dr. Ross, you want to take us out?
So our beautiful listeners, we want to say shout out to you. Heart of love. Big up on your damn self, if I can say that. But big up on yourself, Jamaican style. You understand? From long yard to Paris. All right. And do remember, keep our family back home who has passed through that storm, Melissa. Keep them in your prayers, and whatever support you can give, continue to do it. Just want to say thanks much for the opportunity. The Powerhouse Radio. All right. Keep it tuned. See you tomorrow at 8.
8 to 10. The Powerhouse, take us out. Lady D, thank you so much for all your support and encouragement. We appreciate you. I will be there tomorrow at 10 with you guys. Everyone have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Right, baby.
Driving home and you feeling kinda tired. Radio play the same thing every day. So you need a little switch in your life. Traffic got you jammed up every night. Tune in to Powerhouse. Wednesday 7 and 9. You need to
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio.
Linking the world. Tonight you might change your life. So what's the name of the show? You need something to just ride to on the go. Or you might be home so long gone. You can even dial in on your phone. I promise that you're gonna love it. Just try it one time, it'll blow your mind. Now I'ma say it just one more time. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9. Let's cry. Let's cry.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.